Everybody shut up! And action! Nearly 10 years after the release of Inside Out, we're getting Inside Out 2. This movie kind of slapped, just like the first movie. It's essentially the same story, but with like a different, more mature theme. In the first story, it was Joy kind of learning about all the emotions are important. Sadness, you're also a necessity for Riley. And now in this movie, it's like more emotions are being produced. Riley's reaching puberty. Oh, so now there's more brand new emotions. There's ennui, there's embarrassment, there's anxiety, there's envy. There's a lot of new emotions coming into the fray. And now, are those good for Riley? Are they not good for Riley? Are we still kind of using the theme of the first movie in play as if she didn't really learn her lesson, but at the same time did, but is kind of getting used to learning it a little better? Yes, I mean, it is the same story repeating because that's just how things are in this character's life. It's all about self-reflection, self-identity, self-journey, blah, 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 blah. And it works really well in this movie. I wasn't saying blah because it's boring. I'm just saying like as in etc. But like, besides that, this movie was great. The entire story of this is that Riley is suddenly going through puberty and is going through changes in her life. There's new emotions coming into her life, and how will she develop and grow from this brand new perspective? It's basically regurgitating the story, but in a more new form. Like, let's say her Inside Out 1 was when she was a kid. For like the 2015 kiddos, when they were young, they were watching that, reflecting on that, seeing, oh, this is how we are now. And now that they're of the age where they're going through puberty, going through their teens, this is kind of reflecting the same story, but with the new onset of emotions. And honestly, with the new onset of emotions, it kind of changes the entire story altogether as well. And honestly, it made for a really, really interesting story here. Like, personally, one thing I found funny in this story is that Riley is going through a weekend camp for playing hockey. And honestly, she's a badass hockey player, but like, she's going over one weekend camp and she'll go through an entire self-identification reflection journey inside her head without her even knowing, while and understanding all that, even though in real life it takes us our entire teen years, like however years that is, 12 to 19 or whatever, to kind of understand herself, go through this journey. And she goes that over a 2-day weekend. So that is honestly kind of funny, and it honestly works really well for the story. Like, it's not dragging on too long, but it's not so short that it's missing everything entirely. Though I will say that it's kind of cutting everything into the aspect of keeping it revolving around something that everyone can kind of relate to, whether you're boy or girl. Like, it doesn't go explicitly into things like, oh, your periods, this or that. It's just mainly focusing on the emotions that everyone experiences. Like, oh, you go to sleep one night, next morning you wake up, Mom, leave me alone! Like, it's just those basic sort of rebellious phase, all those sort of onset of emotions that kind of everyone experiences, which is like, okay, we're just keeping it for everybody, which is honestly works really well for the story, because I feel like if you really want to delve into all that gender specific stuff and yada yada yada, it would kind of get a little overwhelming, because you will have to exclude stuff from males because Riley's a female, and it just gets into this whole thing, and honestly it might just be too much for a kid's movie. And even though it is a kid's movie, on the deeper level it's for everyone, and even then, even though it is a kid's movie, everyone can watch it and enjoy it, and it's honestly a beautiful story to watch unfold. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it makes you feel embarrassed. Honestly, every time there's a new emotion coming into the fray, you're kind of feeling the emotion yourself, like, oh my god, she's getting anxious, I'm getting anxious, is this the right way to go? But at the same time, like, that kind of experience is felt by everyone. But at the same time, what I really love about this movie is that when you're older, like I am, or even older than me, when you're watching this movie, you're like, yeah, that is a naive decision, mate. That's not how it goes. All these memories are important. If you're just looking at the good, you're not going to look at the bad. Oh my god, if you don't look at the bad, you're not going to look at the good. You're going in your head going like, that's a naive decision, don't do that, don't do this. Like, you're going through those experiences yourself. It's a different form of anxiety, I'd say, but like, at the same time, it's just like, you're feeling those emotions, but in different ways from a mature standpoint. If you're a kid watching this, who hasn't experienced puberty, you're like, oh, that's how I'm going to be one day? Yeah, no, I'm not going to be like that. And then, like, years later when they hit puberty, they'll be like, oh, I am like this. And if they watch the movie, I mean. But then the people who are experiencing this right now, they're like, yeah, that's how I am. Or, like, they're just going through their own, I don't know how to explain it for them, because I'm not them, I'm not experiencing it while I'm in that emotion. I'm experiencing it from the older version, where it's like, yeah, that's a naive take. Yeah, don't do that, don't do that. Yeah, do that, do that, do that. Like, you're just experiencing it yourself, and you every single time that Riley's feeling embarrassed, you're like, yeah, no, I really don't want to see this. That is awkward. That is embarrassing. Oh yeah, don't do that. Like, you're just going through all the emotions while watching it, and it just really immerses you into the film from that perspective. Visually immersive, it is. The animation is beautiful. Is it rewatchable? Kinda, yeah. Like, I mean, I can't wait to see the edits of this movie because the edits will probably be sick, especially from a hockey standpoint. But yeah, overall, it was actually a really, really entertaining movie. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun watch. It really hooks you. The story really hooks you. Joy and anxiety are the two lead emotions in this film, and both of them, honestly, are really great emotions. The only really plot hole I feel in this movie, besides that Riley has both male and female emotions, while everyone else has just their gender, which is whatever. Like, it's just like, okay, let's make it inclusive for everybody by having both genders in Riley, but then for the mom we'll have female genders, for the dad male genders, whatever. The only like kind of hiccup I feel like is there, which is kind of a plot hole, is like, oh, yeah, see, Riley, now you're getting all these brand new emotions, but your parents never had them. But like, now that we've shown these emotions, let's show that the parents also have them. I mean, like, maybe it's not really a plot hole, because now that I'm talking about it and thinking about it, it's kind of also like parents have better control of their emotions as they've grown older. They've experienced a lot more emotions than Riley is right now, since she's a kid and they're adults. They've experienced a lot more than this, and yeah, but yeah, I guess from that standpoint, what I really mean is a plot hole. Maybe like in the first movie, if like these like anxiety or other future emotions that we might see in like a third movie, if there is a third, because I think there should be a third when these kids grow to 18 or 19, 20. But like, like maybe anxiety makes an appearance in Inside Out 1 or something, like showing their point of views in situations. Like, maybe they have better control of the emotions, and those are the 5 primary emotions that are in play, and something or the other. But like, it would have been nice. Like, you don't have to name drop, oh, it's anxiety or it's embarrassment or whatnot. But like, it would be nice to know that like those emotions are in play and it was well thought of for the future. But like, I'm assuming they thought of now, okay, let's make a sequel and make it like this, and now let's show these emotions in the parents too, and this kind of showcase that they have better control. But like, it would have been nice to see other emotions also in play for the parents, and now they're being introduced to Riley when she's of age, and like, it just makes for cool things. And now there are kind of foreshadows in case of a future movie where other emotions are kind of being brought into the fray. That's not really a spoiler, don't worry. But like, honestly, the entire movie on its own was beautiful to watch. It's great. I really enjoyed it. The story on its whole was really, really entertaining. I think it's a great watch for everyone to check out for sure. There's a reason it's already the highest grossing film of 2024, passing Dune 2. And that's obvious because it's a kids movie. More people available to watch it. So of course, more money goes to theaters, meaning it's going to be the highest grossing movie of the year. But like, yeah, this was an amazing movie in general. It deserves the title. I really enjoyed it. I think you guys will too. Yeah, is there anything else I have to say about this movie? I don't think so. It just covers everything for everyone, and I think even though it's mainly Riley specific with her being a girl, it's like everyone can watch it. So don't think if you're a child who's a male, they can't watch it. No, everyone can watch it. They'll learn something, and honestly, maybe it'll make you self-reflect on yourself, just like how Riley's going through her own unique self-identification journey. But yeah, it's a great movie. I really loved it. Stupid post-credit scene, kind of fun, I guess, but like, for the most part, fun movie, great movie. Check it out. I give it a 90%. Peace.